Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is OddOneGaming with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video is going to be about a really good champion, which is Bad-El-Kazar. He's one of the OG champions released in the game, and he has still one of the most unique kits in the game, with an AoE 1 that attacks all enemies, heals this champion and all allies by 20% of the damage inflicted. So basically he can be used as a healer. If you make him with damage, he can be used as a stunner because of his AoE A1. Just put him in a stun set and he could always just stun up everybody. And this skill just needs 5 books. On his A2, he removes all debuffs from all allies, places 15% continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns, and also places 5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. This one's on a 5-turn cooldown, booked it's on a 3-turn cooldown. And then his passive, all allies inflict 20% more damage against targets under poison debuffs. You've seen maybe this one used a lot by like Hell Hades, when he tries to show the maximum damage potential from somebody. He usually brings Arbiter, Bad-El, and Gortat for the extra damage. Also, like as an example, what I'm using him for with this skill is for the spider, like when I'm doing it on 20 and I just want to nuke it down. Also, he has the aura of increased crit rate in all battles. Increases everybody's crit rate in all battles by 25%. So if you get this champion, don't have the high enough crit rate or good enough gear to get enough crit rate and crit damage, you can just run him in the lead, and you can run everybody else at 25% crit rate. What I really like about him is that he only has like 2 + 5 7 books that you need to fully book him, and that's about it. Like, this is one of the good things about the OG champions, they don't need too many books. But what I want to talk about today is Ice Golem 25 and his capabilities of soloing. In my case, it's gonna be the boss part, not the whole thing. I think he would be able to solo even the waves as well, but maybe in different gear sets. I don't have like the best gear sets. But what I want to show today is the fact that I'm using him in a frenzy set. What does frenzy do? It's a 4-piece set. You gain 10% per meter for every 5% HP lost. So as an example, if he loses 50% of his HP, like while getting attacked in total, he gets a full 100% turn meter. So basically he goes again and again and again. The masteries that I've chose for him for this specific build, because what I'm doing on this build is soloing Dragon 25 with food, and soloing the boss part on Ice Golem 25, because I didn't have like an Ice Golem team for 25 for like months and months. Like ever since he was released, I didn't have a reliable one because of the RNG and all that. So I said, okay, might as well build him, because I need to farm more Ice Golem, because there's some gear sets in there that are pretty useful nowadays for like for Hydra and, for example, for my new clan boss team. The masters that I chose, I went the defensive route to get a little bit more resistance, and what I wanted was delay death for the boss part, and also resurgent, like especially for Ice Golem but Dragon as well. When you get hit, there's a chance you lose 25% of your HP, and you can remove one of the debuffs. Especially like Golem, if you get that 3% when you don't resist the debuffs from the ads, you get a chance to remove that decreased defense or the the heal reduction. And the last one, I chose Cycle of Revenge for an extra chance to gain more turn meter. The reason why I didn't go this route is because I'm trying to cut down on the animations and obviously make it as fast as possible. The more the counterattack procs, the longer the rounds will be. On the support tree, I went obviously with pinpoint accuracy for more accuracy. I chose Exalt in Death. It's like this one's more important for the waves on when I do the Dragon 25 one, because like every time somebody dies on a wave, like the first one, he gains 10% more HP and just makes it more reliable. Then I went with Charge Focus, and then I went on the sides because I want Rapid Response and Arcane Celerity for extra chance to get more turn meter every time the buffs or debuffs expire. Cycle of Magic for a chance to refresh his only active ability, which is his A2. Spirit Haste I chose because obviously on Dragon 25 and even in Ice Golem, when your allies die, you gain up to 24 speed. So you're always gonna have at least 3 if not 4 other champions with him. They die, he gains more speed, he goes more, he puts more poisons and more continuous heals. I chose Master Hexer as an example instead of Sniper because especially for Dragon, but again also for Ice Golem, I want that extra chance to extend those poisons that we put. And the last one I went with Oppressor. This one's especially helpful for like soloing with food because you get that third meter boost, even though it just says that increases the third meter fill rate by, it's gonna be 10% for 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this champion. Even though it just says 10% only, it comes a long way, and this one helps a lot. Like I tried him with different other masteries, and this was the most efficient one. The reason why I didn't go the offensive part to take War Master for extra damage is Ice Golem. Because Ice Golem is a little bit, if not a lot, bit RNG with the hits that you do on him, I didn't want to have that extra damage on him doing his A1 to make the Ice Golem proc his counter attack while the adds are up. Because if that happens on 25, he hits for like 150k. If you have both adds up and he hits with that, there's no champion in the game that can resist that hit. So I said I'm not going to take War Master, I'm just going to rely on the damages from the poison. So let's take it in for a spin first of all in Ice Golem. So the team that I'm using in Ice Golem is basically this, it has the same base from every other dungeon team that I have, and that is the Seer team to blow it up. So it's Helmet, Seer, Renegade and Ghostborn. I'm not bringing Ghostborn in here for the decreased defense because even though he cannot be resisted, he can weak hit. But I'm bringing him for his damage because I have most of like some of my best gears, I guess, for dungeon teams on these 4 champions, plus the poisoner for like Dragon or a lure for Fire Knight. So he's just in here to do that little bit of extra damage because we have enough buffs for Seer to rip off even without the consistent decreased defense. Also extra damage we get because of Bad-El's passive, which remember if there's poison out, everybody attacks somebody under poison gets 20% more damage. So enough talking, let's take it in for a spin and see how this one goes. Okay, so we start the wave usually getting buffs, again heals, poisons, Seer nukes. Then same thing here, we're gonna go through our buffs, debuffs, get a reset, we go again, same thing, buffs up. And on the second one, as you noticed, I made his speed so he doesn't go the second time, because on the second wave, Seer has enough damage to nuke even without the buffs and the poison from Bad-El because of her masteries and because of the fact that she also puts the weaken out there. So now here what we're trying to do is we're hoping everybody dies on the first hit. Boom, and that leaves back to solo this part. As you see, every single time, let me slow it down. Every single time that he gets attacked, you'll see that it says boost third meter. This is from Mastery, boost third meter. This is the effect from the Frenzy set. Every single time he loses HP, he gains third meter, so he goes again. And he puts more poisons. Boom, boost third meter, he goes again. So he keeps rotating through his skills faster and faster. I haven't shown his build. After I'm gonna do the dragon run as well, I'm gonna show the pieces that I use, because I just showed the frenzy set, but I didn't mention like what accessories I put. The accessories are like not the best ones, and even the frenzy maybe is not the best one in the world. Like I could have had more HP and more defense on him, but I really wanted to showcase it in this set because I feel like frenzy is not as talked about, even though it's a niche set. Is not as talked about. I used to have, as an example, I used to have my Eurogrim in same build in the Frenzy set, but now I don't think it works as well in Frenzy because he has less continuous heals and cooldowns, and well, basically he was nerfed. So as you see, 148. Obviously, when I'm not recording or streaming, this is gonna be a lot faster, like 20-30 seconds faster. As you see, my best time was 1 minute and 10. It's usually between 1 minute and 10, 1 minute and 20, and it's 99.99% reliable. Like the chance of this one not working, it's extremely low. The only way this wouldn't work is if he, like, I don't know, if the Ice Golem gets a retribution proc from his A1 hits, which do like what, 2k 3k damage, which is nothing. So, it didn't happen to me yet, but you never know. Okay, this one I guess I'm gonna keep it. Now let's take him for a spin in Dragon and show it how he can solo 25 with him and 4 food champions. Obviously, if you don't want to do 25, you can do 24, which might be better for him because of affinity, but I want to showcase it because it works on 25 also. For this one, it's not gonna be a 100% run, because you get on the waves, like especially on the second wave, you get that 3% chance of having your I mean, even on the first one, you get that 3% chance of having your buffs stolen or being locked out. So if your buffs get stolen, like when you have continuous heals on 2 turn, it happened to me only once this way. So if my buffs get stolen and his HP is low, he's not going to be able to rotate back enough to put the continuous heals and heal back, and so on and so forth. I mean, this is one of the strategies that I wouldn't do during the day, like when I'm trying to farm fast, but it's something that if you want to be efficient with energy and all that, maybe you wouldn't do 25 and you might do 24. This is something you would do maybe overnight. If you want to leave it farming on Dragon overnight, you can just put him in with like 4 food champions and just let it run. And I think you could even queue it with the multi battles. If you're gonna use multi battles, you could even queue it up to switch around the foods, or use RSL helper. Okay, so now we're done the second wave. As we see, we have high resistance obviously and high accuracy on him. He keeps getting resisted, but you see his turn meter keeps going up. It keeps going up because of that frenzy set. So every time he's going low, boom, he gets back again to his hits. He gets hit, boom, gets another turn. The reason why this is really good is because he gets back to his A2, and at the same time, because he doesn't have what's it called, a regen set like the usual builds, he doesn't heal through that, but he heals through his continuous heals. So because of the continuous heals, he actually works with the frenzy as well, not only regen, because maybe some people don't have good regen, but maybe they have good frenzy set. Now on the boss part, obviously we're just gonna keep rotating through our skills, keep putting the poisons up there, and we're hoping for some extensions on those poisons to do more damage. This one has, on the boss part, it has never ever failed for me. Boss part never failed. It, like I said, it only failed once on the waves, and I've run this like over 50 times. Because usually I don't like to make a video about something unless I run it over like 30, 40, 50 times and see that it works. Like if I would have run this 50 times and I saw that I had like 5 losses, I would have tweaked the build. I would have given him different stats. As you see, we took away the stun because of the mastery, because of the, I forgot the name of the mastery, but as you see, we were supposed to be stunned there, but because of the mastery that we took over 25% HP, we took it down. Look at this, 2 minutes 34 with 4 food champions. So this is extremely good time in my opinion. Let me sell this one, don't need 5-star anymore. Okay, let me show you his build and his gear stats. I already showed the masteries. This is the weapon that I used on him. If it wants to load, as you see, accuracy, resistance, crit rate. This one doesn't really help us here. So this one could have been something else, but that's what I had. Speed, accuracy, HP, defense. Obviously defensive stats. Defense, speed, resistance. Again, crit rate doesn't help me. So like I said, this is not the best gear possible. This could be even better and even better. Speed boot with HP, defense, accuracy, and crit rate. Like I have too much crit rate that I'm not using. So basically those are slots where that could be something else. Defense percent chest. This one's pretty good though. Defense percent chest with triple HP percent. No, again, crit rate and attack, that does nothing for me. No speed though, no resistance, no accuracy. And 5-star HP percent gloves with resistance, accuracy, speed, and again more HP. One thing that I started mentioning during the Ice Golem is I used refresh rings, even though it's 5-star. It's not the best. Like look, it's just 1 defense roll attack. It's 5-star rare, it's not the best. Again, amulet is, again, let's say amulet is pretty decent. It's HP 1 with resistance, accuracy, and defense, double attack. Not so much helpful. The reason why I used the refresh is because I want that chance to refresh his A2, because he only has 1 skill. He has a chance of, when he uses his A2, not to proc the cooldown, and then he does it again and again, depends how lucky you are. So you want him to do his A2 as often as possible. That's why, like as an example, some people build him for different content in a reflex set, which has like a 45%, if I'm not mistaken, chance of proccing, of decreasing the cooldown of any skill by 1 turn. And because he only has 1 active skill, that's really useful. The banner is a resist banner with 18 speed, defense, attack percent, and HP. His total stats are 65k HP, 3.2k defense, 2k attack, 230 speed, 51% crit rate, which I don't care about, 70% crit damage, same thing, 286 resist, and accuracy of 222. Ideally, you want to have your accuracy at 250 and your resist at 300, because I think you need 280 or 290 resist to resist the ads and the boss on the Ice Golem, which you really want to do that because you don't want that heal reduction and decreased defense. But obviously this one I can tweak it more and can just glyph some other stuff, and it's gonna be there. I had it there before I swapped these 2 pieces. I just wanted more chance to refresh on those poisons. Basically I'm using him in the same build on my Spider 20 team, which is a nuking team. Let me show you that as well. What you want for that is you just need your back to go before your nukers. So let me show you this. Like I said, in here he comes in clutch because of his passive that gives 20% more damage. So this usually takes for me 20 seconds. Because we get the decreased defense and weaken. Boom, then we get the poisons from Bad-El-Kazar. 20% extra damage, nuke 1, nuke 2, nuke 3, spider down on 20. Obviously, most people maybe farm 25. I farm 20 a lot because of silver reasons. So silver, stage 20 from my point of view, and I think most people say the same thing, even the charts. Stage 20 of spider is the best place to farm if you want to farm for silver. And because I sell everything that's 5-star and everything that's 6-star rare, I'm gonna sell a lot and I'm gonna get lots of silver from this stage. So this was the build of Bad-El-Kazar that solos Dragon 25 and solos the boss part of Ice Golem 25. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, tell me what teams you are using for your Dragon 25 teams and your Ice Golem 25 teams, and I will see you all in the video soon. Peace, love you all, bye guys.